welcome back. We have Ambush versus Dark Horse about to kick off. The game time did start, but it looks like Dark Horse was late to the court, so it looks like we're a little delayed in getting started, taking almost a minute of game time up with this delay here.
Yeah, so we're going to be on Oscar's time until we can get that sorted out, so again, running behind there.
Excellent. In Canada here in Winnipeg, do you have any sort of punishment when teams are late to the court?
There is a possibility of getting a yellow card, I do believe. It depends on how much time, but I think, honestly, I want to say this one was on both teams. They were both kind of dragging their feet a little bit because they lost track. They were chatting. You know, it's getting close to noon. It's about lunchtime.
I think also yesterday we had bigger gaps between games.
Yes.
And also less courts. A little bit easier to know where you're heading and where those courts are versus today there's less time, more teams, and more courts to be sorting around the gym here.
Honestly, the amount of times that not only have I played at this gym, but have commentated at this gym, I still cannot remember which number is which. So.
And
I'm not going to hold it against him. And Godfrey looks like he manages to block that one. He stays in, though. Definitely a big block coming off of Godfrey, though. He's a very... He's a readable player. Like, he definitely wears his emotions as he's playing. But he is a committed and strong player.
Strong hit there. Oh, no, miss there. Sorry.
Yeah, slight miss, but still good. It's still good. It's still good.
Strong whip, hard. No, I still, you know what? Moving on. I'll keep drinking my coffee.
There we go.
Ambush here with 4 balls coming up.
They're definitely running in against Dark Horse now. Again, Ambush, you know, I don't want to say surprising upset, but it was definitely, again, because Apex is one of those more franchise teams, like I said. Dark Horse is also one of those more franchise teams, so Ambush is definitely taking the Dark Horse position in terms of wins this year. We do see a call made, but got to remember to keep that sportsmanship and not argue with the ref. Especially when you're saying it that close to the mic. All right, we see Schmidt coming up to the line. Looks like he was going to take the shot, but just trying to psych them out. We only have the 3 players left on the Ambush side. Ooh, nice dodge there from Aragon.
Ball managing to stay towards Ambush, so we're going to see them here with Burden. Looking to even up these players here. Missing wide. Aggressive look there from Aragon.
Yeah, just going a little bit wide over Josh Schmidt's head.
Also, if you were tuning in earlier and are a little confused that Dark Horse is no longer wearing dark jerseys, it looks like they managed to switch on over to their other set of jerseys there. So that is still Dark Horse, if anybody is curious.
For any of you who are Manitobans watching at home, one of the things that is very common about Dark Horse as a team is they're a very moist team. I will say Greg Pacheco definitely takes the cake for that one. So they will definitely change up their jerseys a lot just based on their moistness level for the day.
Oh, ball sailing. Speaking of moist, I'm sure his hands are probably a little sweaty there. Technically, that would be considered an invalid throw. I don't know how deeply those are taken serious or punished here in Winnipeg. There's some grace.
Yeah.
So
you got to do the handshake.
In the formal, depending on the ref, okay. So in World Dodgeball Federation, technically there is an invalid throw rule. So you do have to show intent in hitting the player you're throwing at. That is to help with help prevent delay of game, and just kind of keep things moving on.
Also, it's considered poor sportsmanship to continuously put burden on one team and just throwing a ball to reset the clock to take that advantage for your team. But again, a lot of the refs and players here know each other, so I think a lot of it is very much like we know when you mean it versus we know when you didn't.
Did we adopt the new WDBF rules for this one, the most updated version?
I believe yes, because we did have Worlds, so any and all new rules are were adapted post Worlds because that was their debut.
Excellent. So for those of you at home who are maybe less familiar with the World Dodgeball Federation rule set, the lines are still lava if you were unaware of that. However, recently there was a change with the WDBF rules where if you make a catch in the air, you get that catch still. Previously, if you caught it in the air, you needed to make points of contact within the court. Otherwise, that catch would not count. With this update, if you are falling out of bounds, you can technically still catch that as long as you do have full possession of that ball before it touching the line or going out of bounds.
Yeah, so previously you would have to have point of contact on the court in order for the catch to be legal. Now you can make it in the air and then touchdown and you're still good.
You'll still be out for being out of bounds, but just kind of a fun rule update. So if there's a huge moment where a ball bounces off of you and you can go dive for that ball, as long as you have not touched out of bounds yet, you can have that option to go for that, which I think adds some extra excitement here to the game.
And maybe we'll see it on stream. Speaking of which, we're down to 2 ambush players that connected so hard with that curtain. We're down to 4 players now. And one thing I definitely love pointing out, if you want to know which player is in the short shorts, it's Josh Schmidt wears short shorts. You'll recognize him from the last stream here at Dakota Fieldhouse for the Go tournament as Team Booty Shorts.
And we're down to just 1 player left here for ambush. And
nice staggered double.
Great team throw coming from Dark Horse. That's going to bring us to 2-0. We have about 2.5 minutes left until the first no blocking to wrap up the first half. So don't forget to vote for your player of the game. That'll be coming up shortly here, sponsored by VC jerseys
and apparel. I should mention that because I am actually wearing the super comfy hoodie from the 2024 championships, and it's keeping me warm in a cold gym here in Winterpeg.
Wong picked that one up. That was a great heads-up play there. That pop-up again, we were seeing those earlier for ambush as well.
We can definitely see Dark Horse saying, reset, reset, think it out. Going for it, gets out of the way just in time. Big wide shot. Going for Aragon.
Unlucky shag there, straight off the back of his foot heading out, but looks like we found that ball again.
Oh, right over Aragon into the foot of Legal.
Dark Horse not afraid to let those rip here.
No. Dark Horse knows what they're doing. They can definitely hug the back line and make those long shots work for them. Wu managing to get out of the line just in time, sending it over to Tapper. Shing brings it back in and sends it over to Volkart. Godfrey getting out of the way from that double send. Going for Wu, but unfortunately it slams into Coach first.
There we go. Ambush figuring out that they have ball control, and that is because they have the player advantage here.
Looks like there was a block down. No players eliminated. We are still going to keep that 5-on-4 setup. Dark Horse currently leading with 2-0. Bit of a wide shot there.
And for those at home maybe less familiar with WDBF rules, the burden only is relieved with a offensive throw. So Dark Horse took that defensive throw, which did not reset the burden for ambush. They were still under their 10-second count.
Yeah. So right now, burden's going to be over on the Dark Horse side. Then Pernitsky is making that play call. Pernitsky does get hit out, but the ball was up in the air, so his hit does count.
Dark Horse looking to even up this game here again.
20 seconds left on that clock.
Even if this set of players goes into no blocking, I'm not really sure which way this could go.
I think if Dark Horse slows it down just a little bit, if it goes into no block, there's a good chance they will get the point. I haven't seen a lot of catches from any of the ambush players yet, because we have seen them, the ones in the current lineup, I should say. So we're going to see them reset into no blocking. Again, haven't seen a lot of catches from any of the players lined up on the ambush side, so I think Dark Horse is just going to be very careful. They are going to take those snipe shots and they're going to make sure that they get the point, but they're not going to rush it because they do have the advantage right now, except for when the other Schmidt tries to go for a catch with the ball in hand. What did I just say, guys?
Ambush pressing up really far to the line with 2 balls in hand and no blocking. That can be a little risky sometimes. Looks like no play was made that would have harmed that decision there, but definitely a risky choice. Real close to that side.
Yeah, Aragon almost lining out of that one.
Although it looks like there's no line ref on this side. Sneaky throw from Wu.
We do have a line ref on the opposite side, though, so he is trying to watch, but...
Yeah. You can see that back line, but probably not so much the sideline over here.
Yeah, I would just say based on bodies today, unfortunately, we don't have as many line refs as we did yesterday.
And Wu gets
to
stay out of the way of the first 2, but that third one snuck right on in there.
Ooh, woo.
Woo, woo, woo.
So that's going to be 1-2 now. Ambush gets the first point. We're going to see them switch sides as we go into the second half. They do need to hustle it up a bit because we are running behind. We did lose that first minute because they got distracted talking amongst themselves. So they do need to hustle and line it up as we are running on Academy Awards time right now.
It's a good thing I'm not reffing. I would be yelling at them
I
politely,
would be
but I would
screaming
be
to line up.
I would be losing my voice, essentially.
I've reffed since the inception of the Dodgeball Winnipeg League, and I was definitely known for being no nonsense. So I would definitely be saying, line it up or else. Because
and we see them slowly getting on court here, and this is going to give us roughly about 7.5 minutes, I believe, by the time we get this thing going.
Yeah, at this point I would definitely be like, hey, you guys like collecting cards? Yeah? Okay, here's the yellow one.
Build your rainbow.
The plethora of choices. Ooh, and Legal going out on that one. Looks like, okay, he does walk it off though. Looked like his leg was a little stiff there, so I just want to make sure he was okay. But Dark Horse with burden to throw, going for it, and the return fire takes out Ben Schmidt. Coming up to the line again, ready to take those shots, going for Aragon. He gets out of the way. Samson ready to return fire and takes out Josh Schmidt.
That was really great pressure from Ambush. I really like that changeup. I don't think they were doing those aggressive pushes on defense earlier.
No, they were not.
They were more so letting the defensive throws off the rip from the back line, not pushing up to control the distance on the court, and I really think that'll work for them.
It's almost like, depending on which side of the court you're on, it's a little bit luckier.
I think we're probably seeing that because Sampson's back on, whereas at the end of the other match there, he was taking his sit, I believe. And he definitely seems to be pushing up a little bit further.
Big catch from Harder there. That's going to take out one of the Sampson jerseys. Still trying to figure out which one's which. Going to take out number 7, but not actually Sampson. And then they send one back over. That's going to give Dark Horse the advantage. Ben Schmidt makes the play call. Wu repeats it to Olivier Job. And, oh, a double right off the leg and into the other player.
That was a great throw, though, cross court, straight into Wu's feet, taking him out as well. Unfortunate for that double, leaving just 2, make that one player for Ambush. So let's see what Sampson can work on this court here.
Yeah, getting low, holding the ball up, but that drop shot by Harder just took Aragon right out. But it is Sampson versus Dark Horse. They've played together a bunch, and he does tap out Schmidt, so no more Schmidts left on the court. Dark Horse wearing their tennis whites.
Very active on that back line. Again with that aggression. That's what I was talking about earlier. I would not throw that if that was me.
Ooh, Olivier Job getting tapped out in the foot. Comes right up into him, though, so he is able to drop the ball back onto the court for his teammates. It's Harder and Pacheco left against Sampson.
Dark Horse showing a lot of discipline here.
Nice big jump dodge out of the way. Sampson leaping like a gazelle out of the shot from that 1-2. And Pacheco managing to avoid his counter shot there.
Samson's doing a really great job of using that court. When it gets down to just you or you and another player, it gives you a lot of room.
And Samson going out in the knee. That was a shot from Pacheco as Ashley Ben tries to tackle him, but he says, heck no.
And already we're down to 4.5 minutes left of the second half of this match here.
We're going to see how this plays out when we go into no blocking, but there is a good chance that they will hustle.
And make sure to vote for your player of the match. That should be showing on the stream right now. Looks like we have 2 Dark Horse players and 2 Ambush players, so please go ahead and put those votes.
Looks like there was a little bit confusion on that opening rush there in terms of sweeping the balls back, but they do manage to get 4 in hand. Samson makes the play call. Samson in the middle compared to usually taking that wing position. And then a second tap. All right, and it looks like Harder releasing the ball over to Schmidt now. They had a little bit of a chat on the court. And Godfrey and Samson. Samson trying to go for the catch after it bounced off of Godfrey. Now it's only 3 players left. Dark Horse trying to close that gap. They are currently winning 3-1 right now. Ooh, and another fumble catch. It's just going to be Wong and Aragon left now.
Coach First looks pretty happy about this one over there on the sideline too.
Darn tootin'.
Stays alive, very aggressive. Oh, good honesty. It looks like maybe got his fingers there.
Absolutely great to see that. So we're going to see that. There's another point now for the Dark Horse team with 3 minutes left in the second half. They are making sure to line them up nice and quick. So one of the things about the Dark Horse jerseys, though, I love it when they wear all white. So we've got like Zach Klappa. He's ball retrieving right now. He's got the white socks, the white tights, like with the white it's very tennis white.
All white everything.
We've got that from Volkart too. Almost want to mic them up just to hear them grunt like tennis players.
I'm good with that.
That's fair.
And
oh, no.
So as I mentioned earlier, if that catch would have been made, it would have counted, even though he wouldn't have had points of contact. Looks like he's getting up. He's all right there.
Oh, yeah. He just needed a moment to think about his life decisions.
A moment of regret and reflection, yeah. But that's one of those things I mentioned earlier. You know, you have to make that decision on if it's worth it to go after that ball or not.
You know what? I think it was definitely worth it. Unfortunately, it didn't connect, but I think that was a very smart move by Legal.
It was definitely a heads-up idea there.
I mean, there's definitely some players, you know, they are willing to take that Hail Mary shot or the Hail Mary catch because, you know, in terms of level of plays, it's just like, you know, I'm expendable. And it works out for the team. So it's good to see that team effort made overall.
Absolutely. I always say every decision you make should be for your team.
Yes.
So.
And honestly, knowing your team's going to back up that decision as well, like
Absolutely.
That's what keeps you guys together at the end of the day. So play call being made now by the side of Ambush with that burden. Minute 26 left on the clock. They send 2 over. That's going to give 5 balls in hand now to Dark Horse. Play call being made by Harder as they go, and 2 cent. That's another hit that's going to put Dark Horse still back on burden with that player advantage. Oh, no, sorry. 4 balls for Ambush. Again, Ambush with the green jerseys. Can't see the green balls.
Ooh. Looks like calling bend out on that. I couldn't tell for sure if that tapped the side of his foot or not.
A little wide on that one. Kornitsky managing to get hit, but they return fire, and they take out Wong. It is just the 1 player left now for Ambush against Pacheco and Harder. Nice stagger with the 3-2, the 3-2.
I do appreciate that he also looked to the ref for confirmation that he was safe.
Wasn't safe that time.
That
was a hit, yeah. And that's going to close that one out with 20 seconds left on the clock. Because it is less than 30 seconds, we are going to go into no block.
If you see people hitting their arms together in an X shape, that is a signal for no blocking.
Reminds me of that scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights. It's like giving the chops, and everyone starts doing it. Everyone starts doing the no block to let them know. And there's also that timer to let everyone know that it is officially no block. And ref is calling it. They are off. So Dark Horse, they've got all the advantage. They've got the win here. They don't need to worry too much. Legal tries to go for a catch, doesn't make it. Looks like they have 4 players now left for the side of Ambush. So Dark Horse still with their full lineup, taking it slow, hugging that back line. They know what's up. And Harder getting hit out. But Klappa does manage to retrieve that ball for them, so advantage is still going to stay on the side of the Dark Horse team.
I think they could have hit him harder. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
That was awesome.
I was delayed. But
how long have you been in Canada and you're already apologizing?
It's a Minnesota thing too. Bend with a catch.
Sorry about that.
Bringing Harder back in. Another catch. And another catch. And that.
Just catch.
Wong or DeWong throw? I'm unsure. Okay.
Either way, they're.
Okay, let's.
Whoa,
with the catch!
Wong changing it up, bringing in Godfrey.
Okay, I want Godfrey to catch now. Come on.
Godfrey's had a couple clutch catches where he was not expecting it. He does manage to hit out Olivier Job. That momentum is starting to change.
Ball rolling back over to Ambush as well.
And he blocked!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But the catch is good. Pacheco's catch is good.
I didn't see the pop-up. So Wong's out. So
Wong is out.
Godfrey could still get the catch here.
Yeah. He blocked, but the second ball that hit him was caught by Pacheco, and the ball that hit Volkart the first time was still live.
And as you can see here, there's a lot of commotion going on the Dark Horse side. The ref now
Volkart should be out.
The problem here is the game did not stop, and also Ambush, I think Godfrey was kind of trying to capitalize on that a bit because gameplay was still going. The ref had not blown the whistle. Dark Horse unable to figure out what was happening with the catch. Clearly not very happy with that decision, but that's one of those things where you really have to be paying attention and communicating to your team.
He seemed to be good about it now. He's like, I didn't know. Fernitzky
it's just one of those moments where it's like face palm, right?
Ref does blow the whistle, so the game is back in action, though. So again, because Volkart was hit,
get the catch, Godfrey.
The first one eliminated him, so that second catch from Pacheco did not keep him safe. So that's what ended up happening. And just a 1 at Godfrey, but nice big air.
And unable to get that catch. But that one's it. That was at least a very exciting end of the match there.
Yeah, that was, it was confusing, but definitely entertaining. So again, just to recap, what happened was Volkart got hit twice. The first ball that hit him did eliminate him, but the second ball went up into the air, into the hands of Pacheco. And because that first ball had not died, Pacheco's catch was still good. So that does eliminate Volkart because he was hit, but the catch did revive a player on the Dark Horse side, which left just Godfrey in for Ambush, and then he got eliminated. So that's going to change that one out. Coming up next on the stream, we're going to watch Apex taking on Enigma.
We will see you in just a few.